Speakers of Heidland is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Erizu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mikta Rabentau, Edwin, Arcadia Lunashine, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Camille Grinno, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Suno Chicano, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, A Wild Sarah, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kai Lynn, Arthur Law, Biridan Derard, Signpup, Spencer Christmas, Noi Fafnir, Cheshire Saltiri, Celine DeLune, Bobster Wolf, Severa, Circuit Barrackeel, AJ Brainswordson, Kazran, and Nat Clay. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Heidland.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidland, episode 345. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rollodes. Hello. Today is April 8th, 2023, and today we're cleaning our MogMail inbox, so we're going to do a lot of MogMails today.
Spring cleaning.
Yes.
A winter wrap-up, even.
That's right. It is also Easter Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
happy Easter.
I don't think we say happy for Easter.
Why do they call it Good Friday?
Wait, we do say happy Easter, don't we? Wait, sorry. There's a lot of questions. Easter. What did you say? What do we call it? What?
I said, why do we call it Good Friday? That's the day he was getting tortured.
Yeah,
because that was the day he died for his sins.
You know what?
Sins,
that's such an interesting difference because in Norway we call it Long Friday because it's like horrible. So
yeah, like I mean, I guess it's good he died for our sins. I guess.
Yeah.
But
he died so you can sin all you want, Rollo.
And boy, do I take advantage of it. Thank you so much, Jesus.
Yeah. So happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah, Easter is a happy day because it's the day he came back.
Yes, he was resurrected.
Right.
Easter is the day he came back.
No, wait, that's tomorrow. Yeah,
tomorrow. Today's Holy Saturday.
Oh no, Rollo, you're saying Long Friday. Oh God.
Holy Saturday.
I'm saying Good Friday.
I'm so confused. Today is Saturday, so it's Easter Eve. It's the day before Easter.
Holy Saturday.
I was answering your question earlier from why do we say happy Easter?
Right. Okay. There you go. Okay. Okay. Anyways,
some channel updates.
Yes. Well, no, because we're not even done with the top of the show. We're also going to talk about patch 6.38, which didn't come without hiccups. So we'll talk about that as well, and then go through what Daddy gave us for Easter. I'm talking about Yoshi P. Daddy P.
Daddy did pee.
Daddy P.
Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be answering questions from the syndicate, and that is that. Here's some channel updates, or one channel update. There's a 12-hour stream coming. That's right. It's this time of year, so we have to do a 12-hour stream. That is coming up on next Saturday, which if I had been professional, I would have checked it before. It's the 15th of April, starting at 2 p.m. Central European Time. 3 p.m. Central European Time, 2 p.m. BST. Okay. Welcome everyone to the show. Let's jump into recent events. Right. We'll start off with a great thing that happened. The dev blog, our beloved dev blog, which we were the only, we felt like we were the only people that were like championing this content, has been renamed and redesigned. It is now called the official blog. It
Yeah,
has.
and it looks sweet.
It actually looks like a real thing now. Like the old dev blog kind of looked like the Realm Reborn website, like original website. It had that like
Yeah, the original lodestone.
yeah.
Nice though,
No.
in its own way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can actually see more than one article per page.
Yes.
And it's categorized. You can do it by month. It has tags.
Yep.
Hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very
It's
modern
very
and nice
very
looking.
modern.
It's-
Down with the
it's-
kids.
Yeah.
Man, we're getting out of the horrible 11 website design. now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just a thing to mention. Go look at it. There
It
was
will
yeah, go on, Rollo.
it's still never going to be like posted about like
No.
officially. It was just going to
Nope.
be like
No.
surprise drop. You might hear about it here after
Yeah.
we surprise hear
Yeah.
about it. so.
Yes, yes. That is.
But we'll always
Some
keep
of you will
looking.
now probably notice the button because they've updated it's brighter now, so you'll see it. That button was always there.
Yeah. I didn't want to bring it, but if you are, we have never said it's not there. Okay, I feel like K right now.
No, well, we've actually specifically said that there is a button there, but the
Yeah.
problem is that they
Some
never
people are
posted to
getting
the
all
Lodestone
confused.
feed. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Glad we got that out. All right. Shout out to the dev. Oh, sorry, it's called the official blog now.
Oh,
Okay.
rest in
Shout out
peace.
to the bloggers.
Shout out
I
to
like
the
the art
bloggers.
though. Nice little.
The art
key
is
they
nice.
got there.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it happened again. Something weird broke in a weird way, which is very
Well,
14.
should we provide the background as to what they were doing to begin with?
Yes, you can do that, Yurgi. Go on.
So we had 24-hour maintenance this week. It was so they could update all of the servers for NA, and rather than risk the chance that leaving the other servers up, I assume that's why they shut down all of them for a 24-hour maintenance. But when we came back, there was a little issue on one of the data centers on NA.
Mm-hmm. The issue was cross-world functionality, and it hit especially hard for cross-world link shells because it's cross-world. So on Crystal, you essentially only Crystal, you could no longer communicate with your cross-world link shell. You could also not travel to other worlds. Anything that used cross-world functionality, which I'm not sure. Did it also affect? No, it actually says here: cross-world link shells, fellowships, and PvP teams. It's like two.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace,
That's
dude.
the biggest issue.
Yeah, they were trying to quarantine us on Crystal.
Yeah.
We are breaking free, so you can't stop us.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do cross data center travel anymore.
We're gonna infest you. So
They're
bad.
like, it's like they're dabbling in the occult because they seem to not be able to do it perfectly. And I fear what will happen to my character if I ever leave my
Right.
Uh,
data center. I do not want to risk it.
I thought you were saying Crystal itself was dabbling in the occult.
Yeah.
Like we're
Maybe
just
they
doing
are.
like we're doing some weird spells and shit.
Yeah.
But if they're causing these issues, just doing generic maintenance, I know they were updating their servers, but like, surely this functionality wasn't much involved in that.
I mean, I
know
think
it's- I
there's a
don't know.
lot of redundancies from what it sounds like. So I think a worst case scenario, you'll be stuck on a server for a little bit, and then you can just
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
get
was
back.
Yeah.
nothing was lost. They just
No.
seemingly they forgot to transfer something between either like the server architecture or somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do agree with
I'll
Mela.
never risk it on my main character ever.
I do agree with Mela. The further they expand the system, the more like points of failure there will be.
Hmm.
And I mean, we're already seeing some
I
scary
don't trust
stuff.
them to back things up properly, and I don't know why, because they probably
Oh
do.
no, they
but I just don't
definitely
trust
do.
them.
That doesn't really bother me that much, but it's just the inconvenience of having your server like break every now and then.
Yeah.
It's not nice.
no.
I actually
Not
wasn't on
worth
too
it.
much week because of that. I was like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, it has been sorted. Of course, you probably already know if you're from Crystal, but yeah, that issue has been resolved.
Yes, there was an emergency maintenance. I think it was just for Crystal, and it wasn't very
That's
long.
rare.
Yeah.
Good on them.
Well, it's not as rare as the when they do like zone.
Oh, that's true. They're really
Maintenances.
interesting. I
Yeah.
love those ones.
Yeah.
That's always terrifying. Like, that's like a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Do you know what
it's
it's
so involved.
I'm gonna make a very old reference, and maybe you'll understand it, Rollo. It's
Oh.
like when the game blocks land in Reboot, and you can't leave the game world.
I know what you mean.
Oh my
Because
god.
I've seen Reboot. I
Yeah.
don't like Reboot, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
There you go. For
That's-
anyone who
that's for
remembers
those-
Reboot.
For those of you
Yeah.
over the age of
Well,
30,
Not just
enjoy
remembered
that.
Reboot, but also watched Reboot.
Yeah.
Not
For
the
all,
way
for all
many
you
people would.
Rebootites.
God.
Yeah.
Reboot heads.
Yeah.
I was so worried you were gonna say
Oh!
something else.
No, listen. I'm a nice man. I would never say
No,
something.
but sometimes you
No,
say
no,
things that
we
you don't
have-
really,
So- yeah,
thought you were just
we have
making a
evidence
word.
of you speaking without thinking.
Yeah.
I think enough to stop that.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Anyways, that's it. Crystal is fixed. It's all good. We're all happy. We're all talking in the cross-world link shells. We're all hanging out in the fellowships, and we're all
Yeah.
fighting in our PvP teams in the zero content that's available to us. Hell yeah! All right. Furnishing design contest. It happened. The winners have been
Yeah, I've not
picked.
had a proper look through.
No, well, we are going
We're
to
gonna
have a proper look
Okay,
now.
good.
The winners have been announced, so we're gonna have a look at them.
There's a lot.
There is a lot, so we're gonna
There
have
are-
to cut some out.
Well, yeah, we're not going to look at all of them.
We can't have a
In
full
terms
discussion
of
on everything.
previous furnishing design contest winners, what percentage have made it into the game so far? Like, is it most of the last year's one?
I
is
mean,
there
it's a lot, but
No, I
definitely
would
not
say
all.
that I would say around a quarter from the last one.
Yeah.
That's
I
kind
think
of sad.
the thing I like, because we haven't gotten any of the toilets, the thing I like about the Lodestone post is this sentence in particular. Due to the sheer number of phenomenal entries, our rigorous judging process has yielded 50 more winners than usual, for a grand total of 153 winners.
Oh my god.
Which suggests what that suggests is that originally there were going to be 103 winners.
Yeah.
That's a good
Bizarre
number.
amount still.
That's such a
Where's the rigorous? It's so
that's such a Square Enix number. That's such a
Listen.
Final Fantasy 14 number.
Square Enix, please. I love the furnishing design contest. All these entries are always great, and people are so creative. Give us a hair design contest.
Yes.
please.
We need another
Yes,
design.
yeah,
anyway.
I can't keep doing the runners up.
I don't-
from it.
I don't know if you know how to make hairstyles based on the last one you
Right.
put in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, you're gonna run out and you're gonna have to put the fucking baby hairstyle. I want to look like a baby. Pick that shit in at this point.
Okay, let's have a look at the winners for the Furnishing Design Contest 2022. Okay, here we go. Here are some winning entries. So we start off with are these two? Oh, these are two different ones. Okay.
So that's how
God.
Yeah,
many
yeah.
there are.
So yeah, we're looking
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
lot here. Okay, so
Oh, you got a blue browser. Nice.
yeah.
Easy on the eye.
Here is
It's like a bus station
yeah, I was
to like
I
wait,
was thinking
wait for
that
the
too.
bus.
These are like things where you like go outside and you eat watermelon in
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh,
You go
That's activity I
outside.
do
How
so often.
Go
specific?
outside to eat your watermelon.
this is the melon eating code.
This
Yeah.
is where you eat watermelon. Okay. The watermelon shed.
God forbid you eat watermelon
I mean,
in
it's
any
cu-
other place.
It's cute. It looks, you know.
It's nice enough. Yeah.
Matches all the few Hingen items we have, I guess.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
A decent amount of outside.
What do you mean
hanging
few?
items.
Yeah, we do have quite a lot of
Do we
them.
have? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
thought-
Got a
we
fair
have
amount.
Yeah. They're even referencing one of them here. In the middle. There's the
Yeah,
the-
that
Yeah.
lantern.
bench thing or whatever it is.
Oh, and the bench. There's
Oh.
the lantern.
Well, no,
too.
they're referencing 3 items.
Oh yeah,
here.
they are actually.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that. That's how many there are.
It's also in
right?
the style of the Dalek light that's all over
Yes.
Shirogane.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's cute. I
Yeah.
mean, it kind of look. It kind. Oh, okay, it's all happening here. It kind of looks like The only thing I can think of that's similar to this is like a place where you would have like a fire, like a fire.
Well, that
thing
would
in
be
the
nice,
middle.
yeah.
yeah.
A fire
You'd
pit,
see,
yeah.
Yeah.
like
Just
a
sit
hearth.
around, massive fire pit burning in your wooden hut.
Well, you'd have enough with enough space. It's fine.
This would be nice on the island sanctuary, I think.
Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
true.
See,
Yes,
that's
that's
something people are
true.
going to think about designing contest furniture for islands only now.
Yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah. This looks like a Hobbit door.
Yeah, it's like a portal.
Yeah.
Is this a wall piece or like a partition?
I think it's a partition.
I think it's a partition.
Yeah.
That's cute. Round,
I like
unusual.
that. We don't have any Hobbit furniture yet. So.
I do like the scale they used, which is effectively just for mid-sized and Lala characters.
Yeah.
They were like, if you're a tall one, fuck you. You do not get to fit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I just
Cool.
I love
The Lala proportions.
the
are good.
Lala there is
Yeah.
having a rough time.
They've drawn this beautiful artwork,
Yeah.
and then
Lala.
the Lala's just like an actual potato.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and then we have this one's really nice.
A little terrace.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There
Outdoor.
is everything included. It's a stairs going up like a rocky cliff kind of.
Yeah, I think
knoll,
this is
grassy
the
the
knoll.
whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I get the impression that everything's here, which is great because we don't have many options outside. So anything that incorporates multiple things is great.
That you'll see that a lot
This
for
is
outdoor
an
furnishings.
indictment of how poor the outdoor housing system currently is.
Right.
And it's
Again?
almost bad, because if they increased it to 1,000 slots, now suddenly this
1,000
item.
slots.
No, but just as an example, this item wouldn't be quite as good because it's not as customizable now.
Right. Yeah.
Because
Well,
it's
yes,
forced to
that's
have the
fair.
3 chairs, the table, the cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
This would be really cool on the island as well, I should say.
Yeah.
I think it actually fits
Yes,
perfectly
yes.
there.
Oh God, we have to describe. Sorry, audio listeners.
Yeah, it's a
this-
grassy knoll
okay.
with like
Well,
stairs
no,
going
I
up.
said what it was. It's like a little terrace.
Oh yeah, you
with
did.
seating.
Yeah. But is it on like a
I'm trying.
natural? Like it looks like it's on like a.
Yeah, it's like stone with like grass on top,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
flowers.
This next one is like
It's
a
just a
cupboard.
Cupboard.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah, it's
shops
just like a
cupboard.
nice shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tree.
Well, is it a shop one? Or is it feels more like a
It's pantry, yeah.
someone's-
Yeah, it's a
House
food
pantry.
pantry.
Yeah.
It has
And
like
then-
this herb rack and like a teapot and stuff.
Mhm.
And then the funniest little cowboy you ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at him.
Yeah. It's nice. I like
It's nice.
anything
I
that
think
makes.
we've got similar stuff to this, but I think I like the kitchen stuff in this game a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like a
well, it's very
style.
homely and nice.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's the lived-in stuff when they make stuff like
Or
that.
Disney, I think you would call it.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is beneficial because again, it looks like it features many things, so you don't have to fill up the shelves yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
it's tiered too. So if you ever like float some items, you can like cut off parts of it to use.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you like
That's
you
true.
could, you can just
That's
cut
true.
off like the top of it, you know.
Mhm,
If you
mhm.
just want
Mhm.
the 2 tiers, you know.
Yeah.
Just
I
like-
think I'm okay with something like this already being filled as well. Because
Yeah.
there aren't even enough. I think there's even just a teapot item to say.
Well, I've got one shelf that's like filled with plates, cups, and stuff like that. But like to do that for everything is
Yeah,
it's
tiring.
hard to position that many small things too.
Yeah.
Okay. Chicken coop. Oh my God, Win, this is for you.
Oh,
Wow.
the girls, they can live in here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This.
And
This
I
looks
hope-
really nice. Oh my God, look at the details.
This is impossible, but I hope they like just animate 2 little chickens in there. That'd be
oh,
fun.
that would be
Oh.
nice.
Just you know,
That'd
like
be
just
nice.
they could sit in there, maybe like wiggle a little bit. That's
Yeah.
all I'm asking
Just
for.
make a
Nothing
clicking
crazy.
noise.
That would
Click
be
away.
nice. Yeah. Because that's gonna be a little. It's gonna be a little. Now that I think about it, it's gonna look a little sad when there's no chicken.
Well, exactly.
chickens in there.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, who lives here? You go,
Yeah.
"Lala."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, an engineer table. Oh, this looks
That's-
like an
that's
item from
just the-
Rust.
Yeah, that's just the research table.
It is
for
the
us.
research table.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah. It's cool.
It's
it
got
has.
an airship blueprint on it.
Yeah.
It's got a pencil with a bomb in the
Mhm.
end.
Mhm.
I like it.
It's cool.
Mhm.
It
So
seems to
good for,
have
like
like
a crafter's, like an FC crafting room.
it looks like it has an animation maybe that it can be lifted up for some reason, or is that just to show what's underneath?
Mm,
It's hard to tell because in the one picture, it kind of
I
looks.
don't-
It looks like it's all the same. It's all static.
Yeah, I don't think it moves.
I think it's.
Oh
just
no, that's the back of
perspective
it.
that
I'm a
yeah.
fool. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It has die previews as well. That's cool. Oh my god!
Oh,
It's like
Yeah,
a street
noodle
food.
stall.
Yeah.
It's like a.
oh, that's kind of like that one
Noodle
summer event
cart.
item we got, except with actual seating and
Yeah,
not
this
just
is
Well,
random.
I can tell you right now, it's not going to have this because that's. Is that Hingen written on it?
Let's.
Because I was only reading the thing at the top, which is
On the
just
actual
Japanese.
item, I think it's
Well,
just
no,
Yeah.
the Hingens like made up.
That's yeah. I think it's Japanese at the top, but they put actual Hingen on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what confused
Right,
me.
right. Yeah. This is what is it? Like a
Just like a you know,
Food stall,
street food
stall.
cart, but it's got a
food cart.
Yeah.
yeah,
Odin stand.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's very nice.
I like it.
Very detailed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is like a it's one of
Yeah,
those.
It's one of those like
Sewing
it's like one of
machine.
those.
Those
Steam
singer-
It's a sewing machine that's built into the table. You don't have those very much anymore.
It's very
No.
ornate.
You can
Yes.
sew your hand into all your crafts now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like those old-timey sewing machines that I think everyone has seen. You've all
Yeah.
seen this
Yes.
before.
Yeah, like little
Well,
Victorian children using
Yeah.
them.
yeah.
So I don't like assuming that because I don't know what young people see anymore.
Well, that's true. But no, you see them everywhere. It's like you see if you haven't seen
Yeah.
them. I mean, the only place I've ever seen them is like museum.
I've
don't-
only seen them in period pieces, I guess.
Yeah, I haven't like seen it. Like I haven't.
If the kids are watching Downton Abbey, they'll have seen one.
I think maybe we got one from like.
Downton Abbey.
Go watch Downton Abbey, kids. That's your jam, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think my great grandma had one. I do have a faint memory of having seen this, but
See,
like,
that's the issue. Your great grandmother.
yeah. Which
Wait, okay,
yeah.
sorry, random sewing machine question.
Mhm.
Aren't these supposed to have like foot
Pedals?
things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this isn't fully manual, right?
Well,
Well,
I
this
think
one,
it's-
this one might be manual.
This
No,
could
this
be-
one
Just in the
is. I
wheel.
think you have to turn it. I think this is a very old style one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how these older ones are supposed to work.
This
so.
You-
could be a hybrid one. Those also existed
Oh.
when they had electric as well, where you didn't need a pedal.
We
Oh.
don't have electric really in this game. It's actually
Well,
tripping
we
out
do.
about
We
like
have
a
cerulean.
lightning
Well, the
crystal.
Guardians do.
Yeah.
The Guardians. Well,
We have a lot of things in game mail
That's
that
true, yeah, we
move
do have a
that
lot of
shouldn't
things,
be
yeah.
able to move without electricity.
it could just be magic.
I
Anyway,
know.
who
I
cares?
mean,
yeah.
It,
Who
yeah, it
cares?
is. I was just curious if it's like that in real life too. Was all.
Yeah. It looks nice. And it's also dyeable. It shows the dye preview. Okay. This one kind of looks like something we already have, but
But it has a bridge.
it has a bridge
Yeah.
now. It's the pond, but it has a
And-
bridge
Instead of
pond
having
is-
to combine the two,
Well,
like people
and a
always
wa-
do.
waterfall.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a waterfall. It's tiered.
Yeah.
The top picture is a bit confusing because you're looking down it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
If you were looking at it, you'd be able to see that it was coming down. The
Yeah.
side previews help more.
Yeah. Instead of having 2 ponds plus 1 bridge. That's true. So you're saving
Again,
space.
they're just it can already
They're
be
filling-
made in game, but it's just because the housing system just isn't
Yeah.
adequate
Yeah.
anymore.
They're filling gaps that people want
Yeah.
filled.
Yeah,
Another pond light thing, like a shallow, like
Oh.
waiting.
Yay.
This
That's
is like a
like-
little pineapple oasis
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like
Careful of
a
putting a
rat that
pineapple
hand
outside your
theme to
house. You know what that means.
what does that mean?
What do I want to know?
No, actually, no, I don't want to know what
No.
it means.
I
Let's
think
just-
I know what it means, but I
I'll
don't think we should
I'll just
explain.
find out later. on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can look that up if you're watching. Oh my god.
This is this is the one.
This I love.
Is this a
Okay.
Corpicur bonsai tree?
How
Brilliant.
big is this? I need to know the scale. Is the thing?
Yeah.
4 foot tall. He's
I mean, it's a
Does it say-
bonsai tree, so it probably isn't that big.
No,
it's
it's
probably a
probably very
tabletop
small.
item. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes.
This is the best item.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's
I love Corpicus.
it's just basically a Corpicur, but instead of the leaf on top, it has a bonsai
Mhm.
tree, and it's in
And
like a
very-
little
now-
bowl of water.
Corpicus have the droplets of water on their heads to keep living, but
Yeah.
it's in water,
Mm-hmm.
so
It's fine.
hopefully it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
he's-
it's alive.
No.
You stuffed it. It's
I
dead.
don't, yeah. I think when corpicas die, they grow trees out of their head. And
So this is just a
dead
corpica.
corpica. Yeah.
Because you can see like the fur is like falling off where it's touching
Yeah,
the
exactly.
water. It's like it's
It turns
rotting, it's
into wood.
decomposing. Yeah.
I love torturing plants.
Hell yeah, brother. I don't know what that means. All right, next here is some
Correspondence.
It's like correspondence. It's just a letter, some stationery, and a wax
It's got
seal.
a wax seal, and
And
it
the-
even has correct dripping sealing wax.
Yeah.
Now your character can pretend to write the next Hamilton. in
Yeah.
your-
Keep talking about that. Keep talking
Yeah.
about the item.
Yes, I like the wax seal. It waxes and wanes with my interest, which is not
I
waning.
agree with you.
Waxing.
However, the wax
It's-
seal is the meteor symbol, which I feel is a big trigger for Eorzeans, reminding them of the horrendous
Well,
calamity every single day.
They celebrate with it every rising, so I don't
That is
think
true.
I think they kind of see it as a triumphant symbol now.
Yeah.
This is a fun fact, but there is a Speakers of Heidland wax seal.
Have you still not
Why?
used that?
No.
We'll never need to.
This was-
when are you gonna do the thing with it? You've been talking about it forever.
We haven't
Because-
talked about it forever. It's been a long
We-
time.
Yeah,
Um,
we've
we-
not talked about it
Well, you
for,
talked about it
3
forever
years.
ago.
yeah,
I mean,
right. Oh,
Yeah.
forever ago. Yeah. We decided not to do it. It was just too much. It was just too much. It was
Oh,
supposed to
yeah.
be a Supreme Speaker thing, I think, where we sent
Yes.
like a
I think we should revisit that. Deal.
a
It was fun.
certificate similar to the one you would get as a collector's edition
Yeah.
item for
And it would
1.0.
be, it would look it would look kind of like an official document.
Yeah.
Sealed.
Well, I'll send you a nice nib to sign. Do you have good
Okay.
penmanship?
No.
Okay, then
So-
never mind.
Yeah.
I'm a calligrapher by trade.
So yeah.
I love the next one.
I will do that, Umbral, but it will have this beautiful. I will send you a badly drawn deck, but the envelope is going to be
It's
like
like-
high premium quality with a
Oh yeah.
beautiful wax seal and
145 GSM
really,
minimum.
This-
yeah,
See,
beautiful.
the
Press
strength of
papyrus.
responding to chat on this screen is that chat's not on screen.
No, but
So
that's
that's
why
the-
I explained what I was saying. I will send a badly drawn deck in a beautiful envelope with
Yeah.
a beautiful wax seal and calligraphy of the most tasteful calligraphy you've ever seen. Inside,
So
a
this is
badly
an
drawn
80 by
paint
80
penis.
centimeter table.
Yes.
That's nice.
Okay, that's
Okay.
all.
Person-
Okay, I thought you
this
had
person-
something to say about
No,
it.
I was
This
just trying to pull
person-
you into the
So-
into
This
talking about-
person just wants IKEA in Eorzea.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Ju-
These
I
are
just
nice
want-
because they're simple.
I just want
Yes.
my axe here in my Final Fantasy.
Mm.
There's nothing like complicated, ornate, fancy. They're just nice, bog standard.
Yeah.
You could have 2 normal chairs. You could chuck a Lala chair on the side.
Mhm.
You have a whole happy family thing going on. It'd be lovely.
On my lag pattern tablin.
Yeah, on my log plot and toppling.
Yeah.
What?
It's so basically it looks like the basic IKEA furniture you've seen before, which is fine. I like clean
Yeah.
furniture.
It's
so-
the Mika
Yeah.
or something, or like the Brody. I don't know what they call them.
The
Yeah.
Nicholson. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think we need to accelerate the rate at which we're going through this.
Yeah.
We
I-
can't go through them all.
Oh,
We need
there's
to,
so many.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's,
Yeah, yeah.
there's-
Why,
there's a
why
lot.
don't we just pick out some favorites?
Well, that no, I.
Well, yeah. Well, I think we'll just scroll down and see which ones catch our eye.
Yeah,
I like the
I will
Moogle-
mention this, which is very nice because this also is one of those that come. I don't know because these two items
No,
are
I
in
think
the
it's-
game,
I-
so it's
no, the
just
fountain
this
is in
angle.
the-
So it's the opposite of what I want.
Mm.
The
is-
fountain is in the game. I don't think the curved bushes are.
But do you just
that's
get
what
one
I want
curve? So this is 4
So you need
slots.
four.
to
I
one
get the
circle.
impression you get one each, so you
Yeah.
will need 4.
You better
Aye,
have
aye,
a mention because that's
I
not going
like
to
the
fit anywhere else.
Moogle.
Yeah,
I like the Moogle stained glass window. That's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
nice.
that is very nice. Yeah. Look at this satrap's bed. Like very.
That's a bit too
Whoa.
much.
Oh, it's diable.
The
I'd
picture in
have
the
orgies on that bed.
The picture in the bottom right, I understand it's to show what the fabric's made of, but that's how it would look if I drew it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's very
Give-
nice.
It's to give them an idea of to the crafting materials they want it to be made of.
Yeah, yeah,
when it's
yeah.
implemented.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for shaders.
Ooh, the little wood lattice.
We're gonna just have
Look
to
at the
we're just gonna scroll.
Magitech
Yeah.
station.
This is like a Magitech charge station or whatever.
It's where you keep
Oh
your
my-
Magitech
Yeah.
armor.
Well,
That's-
that's massive.
Yeah.
That's cool. That will fit with barely anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say, but it looks super cool.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It has one, so they have assumed, this is
All of
this
these
can
can
work.
potentially be in game.
Yeah.
The Cactuar punching bag.
And it's
Yeah.
I like the
it's
Cactuar thing.
it's the
One
one
with
with
the
the mustache. I don't remember what it's
Yeah.
called. The jumbo cactuar?
An indoor striking dummy? Crazy.
Yeah. That's
No,
I'd be okay with that.
Oh
can
yeah,
put
they
it
have
outside
said that
if they
as yeah.
Okay. And there's a grocery bag, which I thought was funny. There's a Moogle drink.
Look at the Namazu fountain.
Oh yeah. Oh god, is it the one that voms?
want.
Yeah, it's the one
Oh,
that's vomiting
I saw
water.
that. Yeah.
That
That one's funny. There's some arches, some trees.
The grapes. You missed the
Well, I
lantern
thought
face
we.
on the grape.
Oh yeah, the grapes.
I know, I'm just picking the meme ones.
Yeah.
There's a tall
there it is.
aquarium. That's nice.
They're committing to the bit, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say one quick thing about the one beneath the grapes. I just want to send a message to people. This is evidence that, like, don't let your dreams.
Agreed.
Do it. Just do it. And
Yeah.
What am
you
I-
could win a competition like this?
It's not an art competition. It's a design competition. It's about ideas.
Now, if someone could tell me what this is, I would love to know.
Yeah. Is
This
this
apparently was determined to be a winner.
I think it's pretty clear.
Is it like a
Ian.
pancake hanging over a roller?
I mean, I can't read Japanese, so I don't
It's
maybe
it
says-
sticks out from the wall and it has some garlic and some rope.
Are we cooking?
And,
Is this just a roller?
Uh,
Rolling pin? It's a rag
Alto
on a
leather.
stick.
It's leather.
Wash myself with a rag on a stick.
It's Bart Simpson.
This,
in the
this,
future.
this is how I live. I got that shit in my house right now.
Is
And
it
then the shower.
Is it just
hanging-
clutter?
No, yeah. It's leather. It's like a circle of leather. It's some like rocks or
Oh, it's like
garlic
a.
or something.
It's supposed to be like a ship mask. I can see that.
Oh, okay. I thought that was garlic. Okay, so that's like a sack, like a
Yeah,
like a
Yeah,
it's,
stand.
it's, yeah. It's just miscellanea.
It's like a leather worker's
Miscellanea.
stick. All right.
Okay, thank you for stopping on
yeah.
that one.
I
All right.
want to look at the tall aquarium, please, Lucia.
Yeah, the tall aquarium is amazing. It's down. You scroll down.
Okay, we will keep it. There's the pearly gates.
Yes.
Some mystical things. There it is. Tall
Look
aquarium.
how cool that is.
Whoa.
It's like a cylindrical aquarium.
Mm.
That
That's
is
a
cool.
good idea.
I
The only question
Yeah,
is,
it's
how
great.
do the trimmings work?
I don't think.
I feel
Yeah.
well, they would need to adjust it for the trimmings if it can even account for them. I
If-
suspect.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, you go
No,
first.
well, if they were to implement this, they would have to like introduce the new tier of like aquarium that is
Oh, maybe,
tall.
yeah.
Because there's no way they would make trimmings just for this
No.
one tank. Do you know what I mean? Like, because the
Well,
trimmings.
no, the trimmings work. The trimmings work on any size tank.
Yeah. But they're all the same shape.
Okay.
This one is vertical.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
What I could imagine them doing is this has no option, like no customizability for its trimmings.
That's
like, this is
Oh,
just
yeah.
what it
It
is.
just exists.
That is
That's
possible.
fine. It's just
I suspect it won't fit large fish. I think it would only fit medium at most.
yeah.
no. It can have like a shark, but he's just wrapped around permanently.
Oh.
Oh no, he's just sitting
Oh,
up
no,
vertically.
I was imagining it vertically.
Yeah.
That would
awful.
be so funny. Is he facing up or down forever?
Facing
Mm.
up.
There's so much. Oh, this one's cute. This little like shelf with little, salt
the
and pepper.
Paisa honey
Oh
jar.
my god, honey paisa.
Yeah,
That's really nice.
I like this. This is
It's
cute.
so detailed.
Yeah.
Look
Really
at the
nice.
guy on the bottom right. Look at how happy he is.
Yeah,
with this shelf.
size comparison.
Me-
I'm
Mm.
Corpora vase
medium
with
Midlander. Okay,
Mm.
salt and pepper sprig and shakers.
okay,
Look
I
at
really like that.
yeah.
Look at the bed below it. It's so massive.
Oh,
It's
this
like
one.
a whole tree.
Holy
Yeah.
moly!
Oh, what if it's like an
With
outdoor item?
mushrooms.
If this is
Oh
an
my God.
outdoor item, that would be really cool. I mean,
Yeah, that
we're
would
never
be.
we're not allowed to use beds outside, are we? But
Not with this community.
oh no, we are. We can do it on
We
the bench that we saw earlier in one of the first.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Mm.
that's okay. God,
I mean, we're
there's a
about
dish.
halfway. It's just
Oh,
not really
I'm
There's-
rice.
there's
Get the
just a
fuck
s-
out of here.
This is straight up
Look at
forge.
the-
Wow.
there is
Oh no, it's a
forge.
kitchen.
Yeah, that. Oh yeah, it's an
cool.
outdoor kitchen, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Layla, there's something that you want to add to your room. The one on the right, Nikhil, the purple one.
What's
Oh my
this?
god, it's pudding
Oh.
stew.
Soup.
Yeah, that's soup. It's
Oh,
that's diable for
what?
sure.
This
is
is
a-
like
PSA. Anyone on Ragnarok, please send Mail of Vanadar tin calcinite. Okay, it's so difficult to obtain. Just send me as much tin calcinite as you have. Thank you.
All right.
this looks like the
Mhm.
equivalent of a nasty patty. Or
Oh,
like
yeah,
the,
I see
or
that.
like
Oh.
the fucked up recipes from Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The water fountain bed. It looks nice,
This one? Oh,
but I
this
don't
one.
know how
Oh.
practical it is.
If you fell out of it, think how painful.
That's exactly what my fear would be, Mela.
Okay, this is
Breaking your
this is a
neck.
bed on top of what looks like a fountain. It's very
Don't
And it's, I mean,
Sleeping
the
Beauty.
roaring of the waterfalls would be soothing,
Yeah,
perhaps,
the-
but
Yeah,
Well,
maybe a
maybe
bit
very
loud.
soothing.
Depends how, like.
I mean, it does have those things on the side which will prevent you, I think, from falling out unless you're like made
Yeah,
of
but
rubber.
I sleep
I mean,
perpendicular.
But I think when
to
you're
the bed.
oh, I see. That makes it difficult. Yeah.
I'd also be worried that the steps would get wet, and then when you're like half asleep getting out of bed, you just slip and like break your neck.
Ooh,
But
break your
Yeah.
Georgi, you got a
Oh.
bath mat. You can just put that
You
down.
sleep on
That's
your
for
bath
one
mat.
step, though.
Yeah,
that
but-
doesn't help me for every step.
You can
That's
cut
true.
it up. Divvy up the
Cut it
bath
up,
mat.
yeah. Cut it up into
One
pieces
bath
and
mat,
spread it.
many bath mats.
Bath mitts.
Bits.
Okay. We have to. Oh, look, a lamp. I love. Oh.
It's a nice one.
I have
Actually,
to look
it's
at the
like
lamp. It's very nice.
Oh,
We don't
it's
have
like
a
an
lot of.
astrology lamp.
We don't
Like
have
an
a lot of like
astrologian lamp or something.
ornate,
Mhm.
like normal looking lamps with like a lampshade. Those are rare.
We don't.
Because usually they're just like
Everything in this game is
globes.
either too over the top or too simple.
Yeah, I
what
would.
you want is stylish, like this, like
Yeah,
fancy but not over the top.
right.
Tasteful.
Yeah.
2 down from the lamp, Lakil. Would you put that in our front yard?
The free company like banner.
Yeah.
Oh, that kind of looks like
Again-
our logo is just crystal on the top of it, actually. So that would be
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's even cooler.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. There's not a lot of free company promotion like items
not
in
really.
the game, so
No,
yeah.
we
That's
should
a
probably
banner.
enact a
for those.
uniform as well. We should make
obviously.
people wear the free company uniform.
Yeah. See, this is.
Look at
I like this lamp.
Mhm.
Just since we were talking about the lamp earlier, this is the kind of lamp I'm expecting. Where it's like, yeah, that's a cool lamp, but it's a lot. Like,
It
It
is
is a lot,
busy,
and
yeah.
it's got
Yeah.
like a house elf for the Lalafell.
yeah, yes,
Listen, it's for all the cottagecore girlies out there. They love it.
yeah.
They do.
Mm,
There's a luminous wooden decor partition, which is nice for those that
I
want
don't
that like
understand
modern
how
look.
it works.
Um,
Fancy. I would need to see that in game to understand how it works.
yeah,
Do they move or is it just
Ooh.
like ambient?
I think they
No,
might
I
just
think
be
it'll be
ambient.
ambient.
Yeah,
Yes. So it's
That's
just
pretty
ambient.
cool.
yeah. Okay, we must go.
The
There's so much.
Relga's hand chair.
Ah, yes, he can grip my
Sit
ass.
on my big hand.
Gold.
Mhm.
It
That's
says it's
incredible.
literally just Rolger's hand that you can
Reminds
sit
me of
in.
the raid.
Yes. Look at that
Great.
man. Look at how he enjoying his chair.
Yeah,
He looked so happy to be in his chair.
yeah.
Very odd.
There's a nice little like cottage core door, if you will,
Yes.
which looks nice, like a
Log
funny.
cabinet.
Yeah, it's very nice. This one I feel like we already have this, but it's nice to have it without the bench because that's what we currently have, the Ishgardian
Yeah.
fire
That's
pit. So now we can have that without
It's a
it.
bit smaller, too.
Yes, it is
Pool
smaller.
table's nice.
Yeah, there's a pool table. I'm not going to open all of them. There's a
moped.
fucking. Is that a
A
Vespa?
Vespa.
The moped one bewilders me.
Yeah, we got Vespas, and I gotta have
I
this one.
don't.
I need this.
It cannot be.
I gotta. I can finally have a Vespa in 14.
There is no precedent for this to be a thing in the game.
No.
No.
Well,
Listen,
I guess there is
th-
now.
You say that, but we do have straight up cars.
yeah, we
Well-
have cars. Why can't you have a slightly smaller?
That's true. This
engine?
could have
Well,
been a
I hope you
Garlean thing.
enjoy riding
Yeah.
around Rollo with your baguettes and peaches.
Yeah,
And you have a lovely time.
It looks very nice, though. I like it, but okay.
Oh, the couch from Blue's Clues. Or,
It
I don't know.
No,
Or, I don't know.
it-
The couch from Pee-wee's Playhouse or something.
It look. I like that it's inspired by the chimeras. I think the aesthetic, the
Yeah,
coloring
like
is
the
nice.
puppets.
I just apparently there's
Yeah.
a correction for the fireplace that I talked about earlier. The Ishgardian one. Apparently that one's for indoor use, so
Oh.
you can bring it
Yeah,
that makes
inside.
sense.
Yeah,
Inhale some
Hmm.
smoke.
yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
A fainting couch. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Fainting couch.
It's that word has been destroyed for me because I always think share long now, but you know the
Stay
word.
long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
share long.
Yeah.
I can faint on that after I get kicked out of the debutante.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's.
I want the Stellar Coblin.
It's a stellar coblin. That's cool.
That's pretty
It's a
neat.
little
Astral
coblin light,
projector, that's-
which
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like it like
Oh, I wonder
shows
how well that would
the
work
universe.
in game.
poorly.
Very poorly.
I'm
I
sorry for
imagine,
audio
yeah.
listeners. This must be a painful segment to listen to. We're just kind of
We're describing it. We're saying what they are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're saying what they
yeah.
are. Sorry, but this
Uh,
is a visual part.
So
I think
giant
that's the majority.
cactus. Love that for us.
Yeah, cactuses.
Cactuses.
Yeah,
Um.
there's just a straight up rock window.
I'm the talking more.
Oh,
yeah,
my
right,
God.
yeah.
Opens my mouth.
Interacting open.
It's that funny fish that I can't remember what the real one's called.
The singing bass.
Singing
Yeah.
bass. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a singing bass.
But they're all every time I encounter one of those, always low battery, and they always
Oh,
like you can
yeah.
hear all the motors going.
Demonic.
Yeah. So let's see. Oh, what? Oh my God, this is One Piece.
One piece.
It's
Is real?
Like a Shiba Inu.
Shiba Inu. Yeah.
It's like benches
Words.
around in a circle.
Statue is the word I was looking
Yeah.
for.
And a
With like
statue in the middle.
yeah, little
And like
dog
lamp- And
doge.
like a hedge.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
You probably audio listeners probably managed to get something out of that, out of all
Yeah.
that. You figure that out. Porthole window. I can make a
Oh.
ship.
You can
Yeah,
pretend.
you
You
can
can make your
turn-
room
Ye-
into like the Titanic. It's
Yeah.
a room on the
Yeah.
Titanic.
Yeah. Okay. We have the fairy cage. I feel like we already have. Oh no, that's
we
a
have
wisp.
something similar like that, but it is a wisp. This
Yeah,
is
a
a
wisp.
butterfly.
Yeah, that looks nice. There's a neon sign. I feel like this caters to a very specific type of like players. Aren't there a lot of like? I think I've seen.
There are a lot of in-game bars.
Yeah, but there's like
Crystal bars
where they
will
do
love
like
this.
DJs and
Oh,
stuff.
the clubs.
The clubs.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
It also would look nice on the Island Sanctuary, though. You could make like a tiki bar kind of thing.
True. True.
It's not exciting, but I do like that someone just made a straight up like brick pillar.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. Why not?
You
Thank
never
you.
know.
Thank you.
I think one of the best ways to enter this, if you don't think you're necessarily like super artistic or creative, think of things that are missing from this game
Yeah.
that are very simple
Hmm.
and enter them in this competition because they are likely to pick them because they realize the game needs them.
Yeah.
Big
Asbestos.
agree. Yes.
That's best.
I don't think the game needs asbestos.
Here's
And it gives you a
another.
debuff while you're in the room with it.
Here's another.
Moogle. Moog?
Yeah, it says Moog.
Moggle.
Moogle
Moogle. Moog.
Moogle Moog.
Oh, is it? It's for Good King
Oh.
Moggle. Moog.
Moogle
Moogle
Moog. Moogle Moog.
Mm,
Maybe that's the
I don't
Japanese
know
name.
about this.
Maybe that is
yeah,
the
maybe
Japanese
it only
name.
works for the Japanese.
Yeah.
Mm.
Good King Moogle Moog.
Yeah. It's a neon sign. Again, in the same style as earlier. There's a merry-go-round. That's cute. It's a very tiny. I think it's a table one.
Well, yeah, it's a table one. It's not to be ridden.
Ah.
Right.
That's a shame.
lots of things. There's just straight up a cardboard.
box.
If
The
it
box.
fits,
Yeah, the
it
box. They got a
Yeah.
cat boy sitting in
sits.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Finally, our cat prayers have been answered.
Waiting for the forum
Just
post.
some clutter, like just actual like. There's been
Just
the-
chairs in a school that have been
the-
stacked up badly.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
Japanese high school chair
Yeah.
pile.
yeah. Okay.
And don't forget, they have the
So
FF7,
nostalgic.
the
Oh, yeah.
FF7 Buster Sword screen.
Well, it kind
Yeah.
of
That's nice. The game over or that
Yeah.
the start thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love the cactua like food truck. That I really want that. That's one
It's
of the ones I
lovely
really
drawing
want.
as well. It's
that's
very-
cute.
Ah, yeah, it's like crayon drawing. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I hope you can go inside it.
Yeah, I'd be annoyed if you couldn't. I'd be just very disappointed.
And yeah, here's just a straight up rock window,
There's the rock window.
so you can make a cave, I guess.
The best part about the rock window is
Yeah.
the back of it is clearly showing no porthole through.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, I know that's how they work, but it's just funny that they had to draw it.
Light always
Hmm.
illuminates, so it doesn't follow the day-night cycle. It's just a constant on.
And it has. Are they Nemea lilies? Probably. Or they're not Elpis flowers.
I'm sorry,
They're
I
not
don't
Elpis
I
flowers.
don't recognize in-game. They're not Elpis flowers, but I don't recognize other in-game flowers. Sorry.
No, I'm not a botanist. And then the last thing here is this.
Wisteria. This is nice.
This wild chandelier, which
We love wisteria here. We're big
Oh.
wisteria
we're-
fans.
we love. Yeah, yeah.
That's
we
the
live
trees
on
from,
Wisteria Lane.
Yeah.
The source, right?
Sorry,
Or not the
that's-
source.
What's-
Sorry, from first.
Why did you make a Desperate Housewives reference?
Why not?
Because we live there.
We live there
It
now.
looks nice at night time when it's like a more dark glow. That looks really
I
good.
don't want anyone
Yeah.
to not realize that was Desperate Housewives reference.
Why do you guys know that?
It's literally
Because
all
I watched it.
Georgi actually watched it. I only know that because I think they said it in the beginning of the show, and my mom used to watch it, and that was when I left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
it
I always
wasn't,
heard
it
Wisteria
wasn't
Lane.
top TV for me. Either,
Right.
but
Okay.
I'm sure it was good.
Yeah.
I was back to back with Lost. Desperate Housewives, Lost. What a double feature.
mhm,
Oh my
mhm,
god.
mhm.
Very different moods.
Haven't you played the Desperate Housewives video game? Oh,
We should
that's on
play
the
that.
list now.
That'll be the whole 12-hour stream.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Of course, the winners
Congratulations to all the winners.
win the Great Paraserpent.
You got the
No
best.
choice. You
One of the
only
best
get the
items,
Great
though.
Paraserpent.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't choose to get the horrible cloud hairstyle.
No. no.
There are two good items, that and the Gaily cap.
Yes.
So you got one of the good
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that is it for the housing, the design contest. Patch 6.38.
Good ideas. I like all the entries. You guys are cool. Please do the hair design contest again.
Yes.
Please.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Okay, patch 6.38 has come and gone. Well, it hasn't gone.
Like, it's
It's
still
still
here.
here. Yeah, I don't know why it's come and
It's
gone.
gone.
I just didn't want to say because I
Okay.
know our audience. If I had lingered
Well,
on,
yeah.
I know.
Come and remain.
yeah,
Yeah.
it has come. It has come and remained.
We
And we
shouldn't
are
let it do that.
no. Well, we're gonna look through what we got with this patch.
These are the patches.
It's
I enjoy the way they always highlight the last digit. Just seeing it, patch 6.38 in white. Like it's
Yeah.
unnecessary. It's fun.
I think they only do that when that's the number that changes. Like
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
a full patch, the whole thing is
Yeah,
like white.
6.3 would be the like one color, but then 6.35 or something. They'd add a 5.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. So first of all, the restrictions on receiving unsung blades from Abyssos from Abyssos the 8th Circle has been removed, as expected.
Yeah.
I
Congrats.
have not been into normal mode for a very long time.
No,
me
but if you
neither.
need to gather weapons,
Yeah.
Now's
Now you
your
can.
chance. Get
Yep.
on that.
Yep. Following adjustments have been made to Pandemonium Abyssos Savage. 2 treasure covers will now always appear, which is, we know that.
That's good.
The weekly restriction on rewards obtained from coffers has been removed. Again, expected, but
Mhm.
good. Weekly entrance restriction on all areas of Pandemonium Abyssos Savage has been removed. Again,
That's good.
All according to plan here. Players may now proceed directly to any Circle of Pandemonium Abyssos Savage.
Like clockwork.
Yep. That's good for those that do Savage. The item required to enhance weapons purchased with elegant tomestones of causality, moonshine brine, can be purchased from the following vendor. You can buy...
You can just get the brine with your Aglaya.
With Aglaya and your
moonshine
Forsyth.
coins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
again,
you
as
can get your
expected.
you can get your 630 tome weapon, or you can pay 1,500 of the previous term and get your relic, which
Yeah.
is probably easier.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you wanna, maybe you can check the stats if you're that kind of person. It won't matter
That's
much.
true.
Yeah.
Minimal mattering.
Yeah.
Whatever.
PvP. Following adjustments have been made to PvP actions. For Paladin, Phalanx, reduced damage taken has been changed from 50 to 33%.
Oh my god,
Enough.
Paladin
Rude.
riots.
Yikes.
Yeah. I
Um,
don't really play Paladin PvP
I
anymore.
was going to say, I didn't think you did.
I'm more
Warrior-
of a warrior and bard player now.
For Warrior, Blota has been... I didn't even know that was a
Blota.
skill.
Yeah.
Heavy effect duration has been reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. So that's a buff, I guess, but
nerf.
minimal.
No, that's a nerf.
Because it's heavy on the enemy.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Right, sorry. I don't know why.
You
Okay,
inflict
yeah.
heavy.
Oh, the great effect heavy that you want to have. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't do much in PvP.
Hey, 5 seconds or another 2 seconds doesn't matter.
No.
It matters a bit, but heavy isn't the most useful skill in PvP anyway. The only way it would be good is forcing someone to use their refresh or whatever it's called, and then
Yeah.
you can stun them afterwards or something.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
For Monk, Phantom Rush has had a potency increase from 10,000 to 12,000.
That's
So
a lot.
a buff for Monk.
That's a big buff.
For Dragoon, there's a lot
This one's
happening to
good.
Sky Shatter.
Yeah, The
Potency.
TLDR is pretty simple. It's just if you're closer to the center of the drop of their LB, you will take more damage than before. But if you're more on the edge of their LB, you'll take less damage than before.
All right.
CC's important, fellas. Before you use your big Sky Shatter dive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The barrier
That is
strength
well good, yeah.
has also been changed from absorbing damage totaling 25% of maximum HP to absorbing damage equivalent to a heal of 24,000 potency.
That's
so it's a
quite big.
fixed.
Yeah, that's quite a big one.
Yeah. For Ninja, just a range reduction for 3. Are these the? What are these?
Those are for the 3. The Shuriken. The
It's the.
It's all the.
It's all the
but yeah.
jutsus.
Yeah.
I've heard that this is a very meaningless nerf. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
I imagine so.
It's only gone down from 25 to
It's
20.
5 yards.
Yeah.
It won't
You're
make a difference.
You're gonna
most
feel
PvP.
those 5 yalms. Let me tell you.
Uh-huh. For Reaper, Plentiful Harvest, maximum potency has been increased from 20 to 24,000. So,
Again, Reapers are
Yeah.
not mega strong. They're quite strong, but that's not too bad.
no?
I'm okay with Reapers getting a bit of a buff.
For Dancer, Curing Waltz has had its healing potency increase from 8 to 10,000.
It's
So
quite big.
buff
Yeah.
for Dancer there.
Pretty big, yeah.
Yeah. Black Mage, Burst, barrier strength has been increased from 12,000 to 16,000. So that's
Your
Wow.
barrier's not
always
gonna save
significant.
you when I fucking pass you.
Barrier, Black Mages in PvP, especially CC, are a mixed bag, obviously. A bad one is cannon fodder, but
Yes.
a good one is so hard to deal with.
Yeah.
If you play Black Mage a lot and you're good at it, oh my god, they are so strong.
Yeah. Yeah. For Red Mage, there's quite a few, up to 3 changes. The first 2 are just duration increases for Magic Barrier and Frazzle from 8 to 10 seconds. And then Southern Cross has had a bit happening. Is that the Limit Break?
I think so.
Yeah, I
Um,
believe so. I don't play much Red Mage.
Healing potency has been increased from 6,000 to 8,000. Damage potency as well from 6,000 to 8,000. And cure potency increase from White Shift has been reduced from 100% to 50. Damage potency increase from Black Shift has been reduced from 100 to 50.
So
That's a massive nerf.
Yeah.
That's a massive nerf on the effect, the post limit break effect.
Yeah.
I think they tried to
damage now?
counteract.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they
Wowza.
tried to counter that with the increase to the initial damage, but I don't think that's very
I don't
much
think
at
that's
all.
good enough.
Mm.
Like 2,000 extra damage, you just cure through it. But having 100% to 50% damage increase on being in black magic mode, oh my god,
Yeah.
rip! If anyone was still playing red mage, which isn't that fun in PvP, there's no point anymore.
No. For Scholar even Adloquium, cure potency reduction from 4,000 to 3,000, but they've increased the barrier strength from 4,000 to 6,000.
Playing more into their
That's-
identity.
Yeah.
That's very useful, to be honest, because
Yeah.
the healing is kind of irrelevant when you're trying to protect people because you
True.
can't deploy that. Whereas the shield is much more important to deploy to multiple people, which you can do with
Yeah.
deployment tactics.
Yeah. For Astrologian, Foul Malefic, recast time reduction granted by the additional effect reduces the recast time of double cast has been changed from 7.5 to 10 seconds.
Whoa.
Wow.
Get that shit.
Wow.
Buff.
Yeah.
Go fast.
Mm.
Okay, so those are the changes to job actions in PvP.
Not major, but some interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For Crystalline Conflict, the time until the tactical crystal is unbound has been reduced from 30
This
to
is big.
20 seconds.
That's a big change. That's a fundamentally big change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it changes the game, essentially, because,
You can jump
Yeah.
in and get started quicker.
yeah.
It's still not one of the biggest issues with CC, I think. I
No.
think I've said this before, but I think they need to change how the respawn timers work. Early game should be even quicker than it is now, and late game should be slower than it is now, I think.
Oh, like a
Mhm.
dynamic. Okay, I see, yeah.
Because it is dynamic, but not very much. It caps out very early.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you like kill a lot of people late game, I think you should be rewarded
for that.
being late game, so you can win
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah, I agree. Following this change, certain music tracks played during matches has been adjusted. No adjustments have been made to the track Festival of the Hunt.
Yeah, I
Endwalker.
don't. I've never really paid attention to how the music.
Well, I think the
changed
music
within
is
it. Does it start
Composed
composed with the
dynamic.
time,
Unbound?
isn't it? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought, yeah. So,
Okay.
the probability of triggering a pneumatic parade on the Clockwork Castletown stage has been adjusted to increase the chances of a second parade. I'll be honest, I
I hate
haven't
that
played
map.
this map at all yet.
I really hate
so
that map.
I
I haven't played much of it.
It's
Mm.
every time I
I
get
like
it,
it.
I'm miserable.
It's just I feel like the events are always so rare. I'm like, oh right.
They are rare,
They're-
and
Well,
half
yeah.
the time they're not like they do nothing, and the other half they just like it's an instant kill, no matter what. It's a bit strong. Oh, I know you can barrier it, I think, but my god,
I honestly I've ignored them most of the time, and I've
yeah, they're not that good.
Fun.
I don't like that map.
right.
I like the layout though.
It's more unique.
Yeah. Okay. Season 5 will end and Season 6 will begin. When the season ends, the top 100 ranking players from each data center will receive vouchers via the Moogle delivery service. Players finishing in bronze tier or higher can claim rewards by speaking with the seasonal quartermaster at the Wolf's Den Pier.
Congrats.
There you go.
Remember, that's for the season,
Yes.
not the series.
Right.
Here's the battle pass.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
still got probably a month and a half to 2 months to get as much as you want out of the series battle pass.
Yes.
Yes.
All
I
right.
remember the portraits do change per season. They have the number of the season at the bottom. So if you
Mhm.
care about that sort of thing,
Yeah.
but honestly,
If you don't have number 1 platinum or crystal,
yeah, don't
it
talk
doesn't
to us.
matter. I have
wanna-
number 1 bronze though. Take that.
I want to quickly bring up a weird pair of resolved issues. You don't need to put this back on the screen, Lakil.
Mhm.
When your ether pool gear was upgraded to +4, the damage was not what they intended, so they've increased it. And when your gear was at +13, it was lower than intended as well, so they increased it. So just at 2 specific points, they have increased the damage.
Yeah, that
None
is
of the
nice.
other plus 67, fine.
Mm-hmm.
+4, not good.
Not
Yep.
good enough.
Okay.
At the low levels when you'll really speed through it as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we have to wrap this segment, but yeah, that's patch
Mhm.
6.38. We are getting close to 6.4, only about a month away, probably.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
Late May.
yeah, we are expecting another live letter probably early May. So
Yeah.
that's
Well,
probably or
13.
late. Wait, what month is it now?
Either
It's
late April or early May.
Yeah, late April, early May. Okay, right.
Oh yes, the Moogle event should be soon as well.
Oh,
That's
I wonder
true.
if there'll be new rewards or they'll recycle.
Mm.
Mm.
Make sure to do the event.
Oh wait,
haven't.
that's something we forgot to do. We need to review that.
Oh, well,
Wait,
it ends on
the-
ends on the 10th, so it ends before this gets uploaded. But if you're a
What's
viewer,
this face look
live
like?
viewer, you got to do it
Yeah.
now. I would
The
say.
Easter event is
Are
ongoing.
you thinking about when to put it? If you're going to do it this week? or
Hatching
next week?
Tide. Sorry, yes, Hatching Tide.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hatching Tide. Why did we not put that in the show notes? What the fuck
forgot
is wrong
about
with
that.
us?
I know. Well,
be-
because it was supposed to be last week.
Yeah, last week was the live letter.
Right. Oh, we don't really have time, but
Maybe do it next week. I mean, it's not.
we're gonna
We
have
do
to
it next
do it
week.
next week. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
So-
more
It's not that time sensitive. Well, it is
we have
time
so much
sensitive because
MogMail.
people won't be able to do it
Yeah.
anymore. But
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
But viewers do it.
But
now.
at least
Like I
there
said,
won't
now.
be any risk of spoilers at that point.
That's true.
So
No,
okay.
we're really teasing you. It's really going to be worth our
Yeah,
review.
you're really
The
waiting
Hatching
for
Tide 2023.
the speaker's review of a fucking Easter event. Okay, anyways, let's jump into MogMail. I promise we have a lot of MogMail to read, so let's get into it now. This is from Valvedrix Varan
what?
from Ragnarok.
Whoa.
I think I recognize it. Greetings, speakers. First time watcher, first time asker here. Okay, dude. With all of the criticism Endwalker's content has been receiving recently, whether it's relics, the lack of rewards in Criterion and Criterion Savage, the job design, or the 2-minute meta, I've been thinking it probably won't be many people's favorite expansion in terms of its patch cycle, especially since a lot of people say they don't have a whole lot of reason to regularly log in. Which brings me to my question: which expansion, or the base game if applicable, do each of you think had the best patch cycle, and what made it so good? Keep up the good work and happy early Halloween. Well, that, I see you were guesstimating when you would have your MogMail read.
Shut up. Val. We definitely won that all.
I think
No.
Valvedrick touches on a really good point here that I think people always don't account for when they review expansions, which I'm going to go back to my Stormblood Defender days, right? Everyone knows fucking Heavensward patches were some of the most boring shit ever and not enjoyable. Fucking 3.1, some of the most ass content out there, and you fucking know it. Don't lie to yourself. 3.2, doo-doo. 3.3, I like the MSQ. After that, 3.4, 3.5 I liked, but
I was going to say, I don't think 3.2 was doo-doo.
No.
Rollo,
all right.
I think I know
All right.
where you're going with this.
But I think Stormblood had it a lot better. I'm not saying every patch was a winner, but I think its post-release content much better. And I was also a lot more active for. I had a lot more to do. I feel like with Stormblood.
Well, that's a bit
personally.
personal. But
Personally,
I disagree with your aggression. I'll say that first and foremost. And I will stand by Stormblood being the worst expansion overall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never waver on that
Oh.
opinion so far.
That is
But-
you don't remember 3.1. You don't remember 3.1.
Someone's saying 3.1
Okay.
is not the entirety of Heaven's
Okay, let's.
I
chill.
do agree with you. I think if you think about the content a bit more objectively and not about how you feel about whether it was fun or not, Stormblood's patch cycle was probably the peak.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
they stuck to their earlier schedules. There was no COVID issues, which you can't blame them for, but it has impacted the cycle of the game. It had high quality, expected, the beast tribes were at their best because they'd found the formula. They're stale now, but they'd found the formula then. All of the trials
Fully
were...
found the formula yet because we didn't have a gathering specific beast.
Well,
tribe
that is
yet.
true. They hadn't sorted out the splitting between like gathering and crafting and stuff, but like the general level up and reward structure, that's when they nailed it.
Yes.
There was some experimental stuff going on with Eureka. They were big expansions. They were, it was a flop, but it was worth them trying.
Yeah, hey, you gotta experiment. Diadem was an experiment. That was a really bad experiment.
And they don't experiment as much anymore to the
No.
game's detriment, in my opinion.
Well,
I mean, Criterion and Island Sanctuary are experiments.
Island Sanctuary is a hit. Criterion Dungeon remains to be seen, I think, personally. Because if you really think about it, each run is the same. It's just the lore's fun. So the first run through was cool, but every run after that is less cool each time.
That is true. I think the other issue is, I think we're talking about variant dungeons. Criterion is just not rewarding enough for what it is.
Yes, Criterion.
I like it. I think it's very good content overall, and I like the system. I just think it's got really bad rewards.
Yeah, what I've seen from people is that there's no reason to do Criterion once you've done it once. You've done it for the achievement. Now you don't need. There's no reason to keep doing it. There's no treadmill to it.
Yeah,
I hope they integrate that into like the end game. I think that'd be like another like kind of end game tome earner or cure. Thing.
I'm surprised it wasn't at all tied. There was no reason to like tie it. There was no variant tie-in for the Relic.
Exactly.
But
there's so much they can do with the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, you going to say something, Relic?
Yeah, that was just my hot piece. I'm not gonna go as far as to say like this is the worst the game has ever been.
No, the game's in a strong position, but there's a level of... It's always been an issue with 14 in how predictable the patch cycles are, and we kind of know where we're going with this and that.
But that's
and they
really started what
curveballs
happened
at
to
us.
it.
Yeah, exactly. And it, after 8 years of it, it does get a bit tiring, but that's sort of on us as well.
But I can definitely see the feeling of being like, well, it doesn't feel like there's as much to do this expansion compared to others. As far as like content that isn't just either raiding or gathering, crafting, social stuff,
Yeah.
And it definitely doesn't help with like the longer patch cycles, which I understand. I'm not complaining about the longer patch cycles. They got to do what they got to do. Okay? It's just it feels poor, unfortunately timed.
I agree with you, Rollo. I actually do think that Stormblood, content-wise, is probably the strongest that the game has ever been. When I and I assume other people say that they think Stormblood is the weakest, is because I think story-wise it is the weakest.
Yeah.
Even the patch story, though, I think the patch story still blows heavens.
I think 4.3 and 4.2 are good. I think 4.1 is tedious, and 4.4 and 4.5 aren't that exciting either.
It depends on your... Yeah, it's an opinion matter on the story, I guess, at the end of the day, isn't it? But
yes.
I think Heavensward's themes to Stormblood's themes.
I agree. I could make an argument that Shadowbringers was interesting content-wise, but the issue is that it had the giant 4.2 gap as a result of the pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, Shadowbringers would rank at the top of my expansions. And there are some things it did that were new and good, and they're also staples now, like the Crystalline Mean was a new interesting crafting and gathering project. And you know, like the big break away from the lore to just do its own thing was cool. But I just think its cycle wasn't as good as, or as consistently good as maybe Stormblood's was, other than the MSQ. If you take MSQ out of it,
Yeah.
that's when you have to really start thinking about where they rank.
It is a question of what you prioritize or like find most important in
Yeah.
this game.
Mhm.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think even trying to like aggregate everything, like content, story, just I don't know, vibes at the time
Yeah.
in the,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the player base. I think Stormblood was when everyone was having such a great time. You know, that's where everyone was feeling it. Yeah, the raids were, you know, a little but like
The
you know,
raids
we
were
were in
I
it.
mean, the raid series was finding itself because Heavensward raid series hadn't found itself. It was too
Yeah.
hard. Then it was middle, like it was. Then it went too easy for some people or whatever, and
Yeah.
it couldn't find where it wanted to be. Or Stormblood
And-
decided to nail it as well.
I think Omega really kind of landed it. It stuck the landing, I would say.
Yeah, I think
Alexander, well, it's the most miserable start though. That
Mm.
sucked.
Yeah.
I think Omega does stick the landing. I find the ending of Alexander to be more of a high, whereas Eden is interesting because I think it starts off good and then it ends quite weakly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eden was
I'm-
shit.
I'm
But yeah.
never gonna let this go. Eden got shafted in that last fight because of Savage. Why wasn't the fucking transformation sequence from Savage in normal?
Yeah.
I mean,
The Oracle of Darkness never was, Rollo.
it had the fucking kick-ass song remix from 8 too. Like that should have. It's such a big character moment as well. You ruined it. You literally ruined the story mode by putting it in the Savage mode.
I don't disagree with you.
Fumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that was Shadowbringers' weakest point was the raid series. The fights were good. I think they were better than Stormblood's fights.
I think
Maybe.
both. I would say both of Shadowbringers raid series were its weakest point.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, Nier. I forgot about Nier. God, that was awful. Oh, I've
Uh,
never been more unhappy doing content than doing. What was that man called? What was the stupid robot? Engels. Oh my
Engels.
god. It was like a 25-minute fight.
Yeah.
I tried so hard for Nier. I didn't spend any time because like it's just a bunch of Drakengard and Nier references. I'm like, oh, that's cool they put in there. I'm like, oh, that's cool implications, but it doesn't matter. The coolest thing about the raid series is the gear and the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like,
God.
I think.
yeah, I mean, I like the fights too, I guess, like the actual, like the bosses are like, oh, it's cool. Like seeing
I think.
the command room boss fight was pretty neat.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's probably the best. I think that's the best design fight in the series.
GUI
probably.
2B was neat.
I don't like GUI 2B.
Oh, the last boss.
And I liked the what was the last one? Oh, the little
Her-
little girl thing. She wasn't
Red
the last
Girl,
one,
I
but-
think Red Girl is a good fight. Her
Yeah.
inflorescence or whatever her name is, I also think is a good fight. But
Yeah.
Okay,
but it doesn't matter.
This is gonna go on forever. We
Yeah.
have to wrap.
Anyway,
What was
you're
your
right.
favorite one, Nikhil?
Stormblood. Okay, next.
is that really what you think? Because there's no opinion behind that.
There's no. I mean,
Uh,
yeah. What else is there to add? I mean, you're right. I think Stormblood is true.
Yeah.
You gotta consider more than just the base game.
Yeah. Well, if I were
Yeah.
to consider the base game, which it does say in this MogMail, the patches for if you ignore the MSQ, which was kind of dull and shitty, the content you got with each patch in A Realm Reborn was fucking crazy.
Yes,
so,
I agree.
Yeah, I stopped
we have-
before
we have
the
ne-
Crystal Tower.
mm,
We
which was so
have
obsessive.
never and never will again have as much content as we did in A Realm Reborn.
Coil, Crystal Tower,
Housing.
housing,
Yeah, no, you're right, actually.
like all of the shit.
PvP.
PvP.
And that's when it was most like an MMO,
Yeah.
because it was getting all these huge, groundbreaking features for the game.
Yes.
Oh, they added a job mid expansion.
Job
Yeah,
mid expansion.
Ninja.
Yes.
And they were insane.
How
They were
dare
never
you?
again.
They added Blue Mage in Stormblood.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
limited job.
Uh,
Yeah, no, actually,
A Realm
I mean, if
Reborn's
you're gonna talk about
patch
when I was
cycle.
happiest in the game, it was a Realm Reborn.
And that
Yeah.
shit came out fast. Like that was the
Yes, it
fastest
did.
patch cycle we've
Yeah.
ever had, and it came with 3 dungeons, like
Three dungeons.
2 trials. Like it was.
And that was when they were at their poorest, apparently.
Yeah.
And now they're loaded with cash, and they can't even
Well, it's
do
because,
like, more than one dungeon.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we. I mean, it's just how MMOs work. It balloons, and there's just much more work adding shit in because there's so much they have to like check. It's like
Yeah.
mostly just making like
Start again, make a new one.
start
There's
over.
I mean, I don't think anyone would disagree. There's way more polish in each individual piece of content now than there were in
yeah.
Oh, but polish.
each dungeon.
A Realm
Those are
Reborn
Realm
was
Reborn
essentially
dungeons.
just empty when they launched it, and they're like, "Let's fill this shit up," and they just fucking
Yes.
threw content at us. Yeah. So yeah, I think if I were to choose only expansions, Stormblood, but if I'm also allowed to include base game, then a Realm Reborn every day, any day. Okay. Not for the story though. I think the story was dull in both of those that I mentioned there. All right. Thank you, Val. Next, MogMail. It's from Kamadani from Durandal.
Where?
Hey, speakers. For this MogMail, I wanted to hear your thoughts on something I've been feeling about the game lately. While they've been taking more time... Oh, speaking of...
Hang on.
taking more time between patches, I totally support this, to avoid burnout and crunch, I feel it would be natural to expect the quality of content to remain consistent or even improve since the devs have more time to work on things. And while we haven't really lost any volume of content, all the non-MSQ stuff in Endwalker feels kind of, I don't know, uninspired, soulless. Just there because it has to be. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but I think the Relic thus far is a good example of what I mean. For the Relic, yes, let's discuss this again, is buying 3 items for 1,500 tomes essentially the same time investment as other steps in the other Relics. Yeah, it is, but it's also kind of phoned in. Like, no one enjoys running fates for rare drops, doing books, sorry, Lukiel, or farming light, but at least those required time spent in the game world. You had to go to locations and interact with other players / the world. I hated it at the time because I wanted instant gratification, but in hindsight, it was fun too. It was tedious, sure, but it felt more like working towards a specific purpose with other people in an MMO. Oh god. I've made friends from doing fate grinds or light farm parties. With this current system, I barely have to say a word to another soul while I farm my tomes, doing the same 3 roulettes I've been doing since 6.0. Get to 1,500 tomes, upgrade a weapon, and it's done. Is it efficient? Yes. Does it respect my time? I guess. Is it fun? No. When I log into 14, I want to play 14. I understand not making things a grind is something the devs want to do, but like, it's just boring if there's no change to what I've been doing for well over a year. A new item to buy with the same stale tomes isn't really engaging or inspired. What do you guys think?
I'm really glad a lot of people are feeling this way. And that might sound like a strange thing to say, but I've played quite a lot of MMOs, and I feel like I have a bit of an understanding about sort of general MMO trends.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with this game, there is a huge amount of forgiveness that the community gives to the dev team, which is nice and great.
Mm-hmm.
But when, I mean, yeah, Soulless really does sum up some of the design decisions in Endwalker.
Oh, well, okay, yes. I will say for the Relic, 100%. I am very not happy with what they've done with the Relic twice now.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you can
I think-
complain about it now, like when you're doing like a tedious Relic step. But then when you think about it now, like now they've given you this
Feel
like
accomplished.
well,
Yeah.
it's almost
I
like
wonder-
fond memories now of when you actually did the Relic in the proper way,
Yeah.
and now you're just like in silence, not talking to anyone, just handing in
Exactly.
tomes, and then
Yeah.
it's the tome grind again, like with the tome grind which we've had since the game came out.
Exactly.
What is this?
It's such a strange decision to like. I feel like, you know, Eureka and Bozja really inspired design decisions for, you know, getting the relic.
Mhm.
Maybe not perfect in how it worked. In all honesty, especially with some of the alternate ways for Bosja, and even in books, I would say there's at least like there's thought put into it. You know, like there's like a point. You know,
Yeah.
like a goal. But it just being being tossed to just use the tomes that you have already is such like backwards design thinking. Like it's so weird. They don't want to tie it into the variant or the whatever the Criterion dungeon, which okay. I mean, I think people would be willing to grind those multiple endings for relics as well. I'm sure you could tie it in together somehow. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't do that, just making it tomes, a currency we already have, is so weird. You couldn't even make some kind of new currency. You could get it the same way, doing it by roulettes, whatever. You get fucking, I don't know, Warrior of Light's teardrops.
Right.
you get every time you do a roulette.
Yeah.
It would just be the same cost, but it's just tomes. It's so it's strange. And again, I would never call developers lazy. Never, because obviously I think they work very hard. Very talented too. Especially I think Criterion Dungeon itself is very inspired, and a lot of thought went into that. And some of the other stuff they do here too. But then you look at the relic, and then I mean, I don't think you guys agree, but you look at Eureka Orthos, and I'm like, this is uninspired.
I agree with you with Eureka.
This is like that fart. Sorry, that would hit me a little too hard. That part feels a little like that's in there because it has to be in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I mean, I would almost rather they wouldn't be in there if they aren't gonna be something like newer or interesting, or at least like maybe not Eureka. Maybe they just have to make it, but like I don't know. Maybe this could be the first expansion without a relic if it's just gonna be that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that. I would rather they come out and say that, like, hey, this expansion with what we're doing with the time we have allotted and with our design decisions, we don't have the time or the desire to really make like a new relic system, so we're gonna forgo it.
Yeah.
Expansion.
The thing is, they've done that before. They did that with the Deep Dungeon in the last expansion, as well as Hildebrand. They've explicitly said we don't have any ideas for a particular piece of content to improve or do it again.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have been against that, because as it is right now, it's not satisfying to do.
No.
No.
And again, I say this as someone who doesn't like relic.
This is from someone who doesn't care about the system at all, by the way. Rollo did Eureka without getting the relic. He
wanted to know.
I want to experience Eureka because it's an interesting system.
But it is really interesting that they have a system in the game that Yoshi P himself said, this is, you invest time to get this weapon. It's the only type of kind of content in the game where that is the only requirement. It's only time, and like just a lot of time to get an item, a specific item. And then I guess, I mean, there's people whine. We talked about this a few episodes ago. People whine about the relic every time there's a new iteration. Like no one's happy with the relic ever.
Yes,
because it's so different every expansion, too.
Right?
Like
there's no formula.
One thing they never sorted out.
Right, right. And it feels like now it's like spite. Like, oh yeah, you want to get your relic easy? Enjoy this, fuckers. Like, what is the point? Like, what? What is it for? Like, what am I?
I don't see. The impression I got wasn't spite. What I got was like they threw their hands up in the air. It's like, we don't know what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then don't give it to us.
Just tacking this on.
Don't give us this. The whole point of this relic was to have like a journey.
I mean, I can give you an easy step, okay? Salamanderville oil is sweat. Maybe you go in with a little jar and you do dungeons and fill it with sweat through doing dungeons. Okay, it's a light farming
Okay,
step,
yeah, even
but
that.
it's sweat.
Even that.
It
Yeah.
ties in. Okay, think about a Realm Reborn. You've got this ancient relic of immense power,
Oh.
and you have to restore it.
Yeah.
You have to fill it with ether and energy
Mm-hmm.
by doing the various steps. Heavensward, you have this weapon
Yeah.
that you put anima into,
Yep.
which is this like living weird thing, and you charge it by doing the content. These are like lore
Yeah.
things that work within the game and charge your relic. This time it's Rowena's already got the meteorites we want. She's got the first meteorite and a special second meteorite.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to buy them.
Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah. Go on.
Chad is bringing up a good point. The story of the relic even suggests that like combat helps with the production of this relic. So the fact that you don't have to do any combat yourself is very bizarre.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
some are gonna say like, oh, but you're still grinding. Yeah, but it's just a
But you have
tombstone grind.
1,500 tomestones by the time you get to each step.
Yeah.
So
Like,
unless you're doing every
Wow.
single relic,
Yeah.
And I think you have to admit too, like Mela said, and even I said too, even if it's just a different currency, right? Like
Yeah.
the mental connection of like
Mhm.
I'm just using the tomes from last patch
Yeah.
to get
exactly.
the relic is
Yeah.
like that's not a satisfying transaction you're making there.
Yeah,
You know?
remember with like the old relics, even with this, I think they started doing it with the Zodiac weapons. There was like even a UI that popped up that showed
Oh,
you
yeah,
your
that was really
relic
good.
in progress and shit. Here it's nothing. It's just a tombstone exchange. That's all it is.
With an NPC that they've just put in the town nearby.
Yeah.
You don't even like. I know it would be pointless, but you don't even have to go to see Rowena or anything. You just go
I
and
mean-
chat with this guy that they've put in a corner.
Yeah. I mean, this MogMail was not specifically about the relic. They did bring up the relic. It's about everything in
as an
Endwalker.
example.
It's,
No,
I
no, but-
don't.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with. I agree with the relic because I think that's the greatest example of their point. But I don't necessarily feel like the other content in Endwalker is necessarily soulless or uninspired.
No.
Like, what do you define as the other content? Because I like outside. You specifically mentioned the MSQ, which I think most people would agree they enjoy for the
Yeah.
most part, even if this
Yeah.
last one was a little bit like accelerating to get to the end of it. People, I think the 24-man raid is good. I think the 8-man raid is interesting. I think Island Sanctuary is fun. I
Mhm.
think I'm someone that likes Eureka. I like the story implications behind it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't necessarily think that like the content is soulless, but I can see how it can feel factory produced into
Yeah.
the term
Yeah.
in terms of it being what we've experienced before.
Well, I think there's a couple of things that I think might be the reason. Some of this is like just general fatigue that comes with like having played an MMO for a long time. You're starting to see the patterns that are there, that has always been there, but you're starting to notice them more now. But yeah, the relic seems to have like shattered
just
a lot of
triggered something,
people.
yeah.
Yes.
It seems. And
I
Yeah.
think this is definitely like I would say the worst relic.
yeah,
Oh,
In terms of,
absolutely.
like,
Oh, absolutely.
like-
I don't think anyone would argue with that.
No.
yeah, it's not controversial to say in terms of. I mean, I don't know. I don't think people really care about looks that much, but in terms of getting it,
yeah.
it's definitely the worst experience. I'll say I'm kind of half and half on saying, like, oh, it's uninspired, or I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
I'd say it's totally. I think there's some content they're definitely focusing more of the energy on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's some content where they're just kind of, milling about, or they're kind of sitting on their laurels for it.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I'll kind of hold my more maybe cynical or like serious, harsher criticisms of that stuff until 7.0. If
Mm.
it's
Because we'll do an Endwalker review at some point.
Yeah.
if it's more if this continues as a trend entirely, where like, or if it gets worse, then I think okay, maybe then there's a problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think right now with an expansion that was developed partly in COVID, partly with 16 development, and all that stuff. I can be a little forgiving
Yeah.
here and there. But yeah, that's
I think
I'll hold back.
one issue that I think this expansion suffers from as well is whether you loved it, thought it was mid, or hated it.
Mm-hmm.
We've wrapped up 14's story of what we knew.
Yes.
So there's a sense of like not listlessness, but like you're a little bit just not sure where to
Aimlessness.
go. Yeah, aimlessness, because you're like, we've done all we've been doing for the past 8 years, 10 years. Where do we go now? And they introduced this new adventure thing, which they abandoned quickly, and they've thrown us a few trials, which personally I think are quite low quality. From what I loved Highland and Zodiac, but I think since then they've been quite low quality compared to some of the ones we've had before.
Well, we've only had 2 since then, unless you're including the extreme of Endwalker.
Extreme
Endsinger.
I don't think was
I think
amazing.
I think the extreme of Endsinger is the most disappointing,
Very disappointing.
extreme of a final boss in
For sure.
expansion.
And then I really don't think Barbara and Ruby Boy were actually the normal fights were cinematic and fun enough, but the extremes weren't much different or that interesting. I really think the shining of this, like the stars of this patch cycle, have been Pandemonium and the 12 story. They're really good.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
those
The
are like
fights are very good.
they're.
The 24-man fights are just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
it
think
does
they're
get
the
stale
best.
after doing it like 6 times. But the first time round was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I
But
think
the thing is, they're all. No, you go first, Raleigh.
I was gonna say, I think that's like the latest 24-man, or the latest 24-mans and the 8-man raids have been good examples of like those type of content design at its peak, really.
Mm-hmm.
Where I think they've always been kind of like pretty steady, or of good to like okay to good or great for the most part. But I think lately they've been really hitting the mark on like, oh, this is excellent. Though I really like the Ruby Conte fight and the Barbuccio. I don't know why you don't like them.
Yeah, I was higher on Ruby Kante than Mela was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I think I like the weapons fight more personally, but I just think they're.
Yeah.
I think they just look cooler. So.
I think another issue is that a lot of the new stuff that they're making is like stuff you do once and you can't do it again. Like the conclusionary quest to the job quest was like really good, and it has a really fun final fight, but you do it once.
Yeah.
Like for Hildebrand, we got a really fun like role play segment this patch, but you do it once.
Yeah.
Like they're putting a lot of effort into things that unfortunately don't have any like recyclability to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very heavy focus on the story stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like
Great,
even with base Endwalker, like I think most people would agree, whether they liked it or not. The from the cold instant single player instance is one of the most unique things they've ever done in this.
That
game.
is so crazy how much
that was a
design
great
went into that.
Yeah.
Like I think it's great. I actually loved doing it the second time. I thought it was pretty fun. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's so strange. All like I think we talked about this, was it last week or before, about longevity in content, where they really love making content that's
Not
just
long.
have
Disposable.
Yeah.
disposable, or like doesn't have a really long shelf life. Not saying you have to make all content like that, but it's
No.
it's
But a
strange
big
that that's
thing
the
in
main
an MMO
design.
is, I mean, there's obviously the 2 progression types, horizontal and vertical.
Yeah.
Longevity is for horizontal stuff, like collections or,
Yeah.
Island Sanctuary could be one, or squadrons, or,
I'm so sorry that I have to do my job, but we have to wrap this MogMail up. We are
I
on
know, sorry.
MogMail number 2.
I
Sorry,
know.
well, maybe
Let's-
you shouldn't give such good questions.
Yeah, but we
I
need.
know.
Yeah.
Now we love to.
We have
But
lots
also
of
we
things
have
to
we
say.
have discussed this whole
Yeah,
debate
yeah.
is on
Yeah.
the great discussion.
last
So
week's
yeah,
episode or the one
or a couple
before.
of
We're
weeks
not
back.
haters. I promise. We love.
No,
we're just
I
very
think what
passionate.
Mela said initially with aimless. I don't know. Was it Mela? Whoever said it first. The aimlessness of this. They said we're starting over. There's like a new arc, and then it just feels like they cut all the ropes and just left us a little out there, throwing things at us a little willy-nilly, and a lot of it didn't stick. I think that's kind of what the unease is. But here's to 7.0. Hopefully that's when things get back on track.
7.0 is the make or break expansion.
I'm not saying that
before.
I don't like Endwalker, but I do recognize some of what was said in this MogMail, and the fact that they would do what they did to the Relic, which has been such a core concept in the game, is a little concerning. That's all. But the rest of the content I have enjoyed. All right, thank you.
I also think
we have
that,
to wrap, so make it quick.
6.4 has some exciting things to look forward to. I don't think we even have to necessarily wait till 7.
We'll see. We'll see how long it sticks.
We'll see.
Next, thank you. Kamadani? Yes. Next MogMail. Last. Well, it'll have to be the last MogMail. So third MogMail.
Yes.
Last MogMail.
Okay.
This is from Camino from Dynamis.
Where?
Hey speakers, hope you all are doing well. I've given some thought about making the grind in old content worthwhile, and here are some options that came to mind.
I'm interested.
Add a new Allied
too.
Hunt weekly bill. I love how these MogMails seem to like
Link
The
up.
pattern.
they link up. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's almost like you did it on purpose.
I think there is a lingering sentiment in the community.
Yeah, I guess so.
which is I love.
Yeah. Okay, so add a new Allied Hunt weekly bill that can be shared party-wide as long as one member has a copy. Remember, the Ultima Fight in the Void Arc raid does something like this. Require 20 to 30 marks for completion of the bill and offer rewards behind exorbitant prices. Just make the weeklies that much more of a hassle. I mean, a giant pain in the... Give us rewards that are no longer available to obtain via tomes or Mog Station. Old PvP gear and mounts come to mind, but that is just, oh, how dare, it's sacrilege, just beyond the pale. Well then, that A Realm Reborn varsity-style jacket also comes to mind. You guys have followed the game since 1.x. I'm sure there are other glamour items you can imagine would fit the bill. That's good. And another idea came from the fact that some old dungeon gear cannot be sold on the market board. So why not take that gear and make new desynth items spawn from them and make those non-tradable as well? Those new mats can then be used for relics or new crafting recipes. New recipes that craft dyeable dungeon gear. Looking at you, Warg and Pagelthon sets. Anyway, what are you guys' thoughts? Right now, I've got nothing else. I'll see what happens in 7.x and revisit the idea. Take it easy, and Bahamut bless you all. Sincerely, Camino.
Good question.
Bahamut bless you too.
I was actually thinking about this in the last question, that like something they could do is like make Huntma, whether weekly or daily, that asks you, rather than to do kill things in the overworld, do this dungeon.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of fates that spawn, that take forever to spawn, make it a dungeon. I'd rather that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being able to
People-
share them would be nice.
People would make the argument that like Chloe fulfills that model, but like that's random, and also like the rewards in that are limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Either overhaul Chloe or add in this.
Yeah.
Also, this is a small request. Can you make all the hunt marks the same currency? I don't want to have Kupo nuts and
Yes.
Centurial
No,
seals.
so
I think
there's
that
part of the reason they do that is because they want like they create an artificial scarcity in Aetheryte tickets by tying them only to out of date hunt marks. So I think that's why they do it. Whether
know
or
what?
not people like that.
time to blue mage only. Make the Centurial seals blue mage only.
Okay.
They don't
or
want you
allied seals
to-
or whatever.
Yeah.
Whichever one is.
Yeah.
They don't want you to also buy everything immediately when the expansion's out. So they have to make a new version each time.
Oh, you can make
Yes.
a new one and then just an old
Oh, yeah.
version or
I
something.
can. I feel like it's almost certain that we're going to get a new hunt currency
Oh,
because
please.
they seem to last 2 expansions long.
Yeah.
No. It's too many hunt currencies.
Well, maybe they'll remove one eventually.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having something that you can do to grind for a currency to get old items. So And I'll do
Yeah.
anything for the old PvP mounts.
Hey, yeah, do it. Do it for the PvP trophies. I don't care.
I mean that's essentially all that is like not possible
the
to get
biggest
other than the
thing in
Mog
this
Station
game.
stuff and like
That is.
yeah. Go on, Gary.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Chad has a great point. I would love more ways to get bicolor gems.
Also
No.
true.
Grind the fates like
But
I did.
Well,
Fates are
I
so
suffered,
boring.
so you too.
I worry about that because that might kill fates. Like it will. I
Fine.
feel like bicolor.
No one cares about Fates.
We just talk about longevity of content.
That's so strange. I actually really like the bicolor gem system. I
Well-
really like going around grinding the fates. I
Yeah.
find that
What I
enjoyable.
What I would say is that the alternate ways of getting bicolor gems from rather than just fates is that like you would make it a once a week thing. So like
Sure.
you can't
It
grind it
also-
out.
I mean, think about some of the Fates that no one's doing anymore. At least you'd have a way of.
I
getting
I
bicolor
agree
gems.
with Chad as well. Like adding them to a Realm Reborn fates would be a good idea
That
for
would be
bicolor
good.
That would be
gems
nice.
as well.
See-
Every fate should give
Every
you.
expansion.
Yeah, every
bicolor.
expansion. Yeah.
I
I'm
think
fine
one
with
of the strengths of making it a weekly thing, or like tying any currency to a weekly thing, is that it gives a sense of like a deadline. Whereas with it as it is right now with bicolor gems, the only way to do it is by getting fates, and I can do that at any time, so I feel no urgency.
Right.
So you want
No.
FOMO? I see how it is, Georgie. You need FOMO.
I don't
FOMO
necessarily.
that doesn't
it's
matter.
FOMO that doesn't matter, Rollo. Like if
Mhm.
I don't get bicolor gems 1 week because I didn't do whatever the game is asking me for,
Right.
that's fine. I don't want FOMO that is like actually terrible.
Yeah.
Like that, like
Which
can never
technically the
come
game
back.
they've added in, even though they said they wouldn't with the series system.
That's true.
Yeah.
You'll be able to buy the previous series rewards. Don't even worry about it. Where are they? I mean, I've got them all, so it doesn't matter to
Soon.
me. But there are
You
people
can-
who might want them.
You can buy them with bicolor gemstones soon.
Why would they? They would do it to the trophy crystals, right?
No,
There's
it's gonna
already
be
so
bicolor
many
gems.
things I need. There's already so many things I still need to buy with bicolor gems. I don't need
Well,
more
you
things to
better
buy with
get
bicolor
grinding.
gems.
Do you get the bicolor gemstone vouchers? You gotta grind those up for the mount.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
never getting how many bicolor gemstone vouchers do you need to get that one mount? Horrible.
I think it's like actually I'm like halfway to it. I just do
I don't
it
even
whenever
know.
I feel like it. I have so many bicolor gemstone vouchers. I just get them.
Do you have any
I-
ideas, Lakil?
No.
Okay.
No.
What about? If
I don't want to add any more
you-
to this. We're already over
I
time.
would add
Okay.
in for hunt like tokens to buy the loot boxes from them as well,
Right.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
because company seals shouldn't be the only way to get. There should be just loads of ways of getting them, because everyone loves opening loot boxes. It's just so fun.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
could be a little animation too, where your
Oh,
character opens up
yeah.
the box slowly. There's a big flashing light,
And
it
if
goes,
it's like
and
a
it flashes.
blue light, everyone knows you got something rubbish. But it's like a big orange light, then you got something
Yeah.
really good. Like the
That
Night
is
Pegasus.
true,
Send me a
because
Night Pegasus made of Anadar at Ragnarok.
we don't have a Eureka or a Bosnia to get like how many like
A
openable
fireworks.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess Eureka Orthos gives you the fireworks. So
Yeah.
Sad.
Okay. I think we're gonna wrap here.
Good discussion. It's great.
Thank you,
MogMail, guys.
Kamino.
Thanks so much. There's so much more to go through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully nothing happens this week then.
I
we
hope
can
something
return it.
happens. I mean,
I hope
we
there I hope there's drama that's funny, but that doesn't matter.
right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
That's what we want.
it
so
happen,
Make it
chat.
happen. Yeah.
Sow some chaos and discord for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's it. We'll be back. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week. Same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersWithHeidlin, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to watch the post show if you're watching live. Send us MogMail, speakersXIV.com/MogMail. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.